Good morning, friends. Today we are going to continue the next part of the Unit 1. Already in the last lecture, we started the Raman spectroscopy. In that, we have seen first of all the definition. The name itself indicates that the first Raman is nothing but the name of the scientist C.V. Raman, who studied the scattering concept, and that's why that spectroscopy is named as the Raman scattering. What he observed basically, when the light of the suitable frequency is passed through the gas, liquid or solid, at that time there will be the scattering of the light at right angles to the incident light. Then the actual definition of this Raman scattering is nothing but the scattering that occurs with the change in the wavelength of the incident radiation is known as the Raman scattering. And the scattering that occurs without changing the wavelength of the incident radiation is known as the Rayleigh scattering. These are the definitions of this particular thing that we have seen already in the last lecture. Now we have to see the nature of the Raman spectrum. There will be the three different types of the scattered radiations, or say that whatever the scattered radiations are there, that having the three different types of the wavelength. From the diagram that we have seen already, first this is the Rayleigh's line. Rayleigh's line is nothing but here lambda s will be equal to lambda I, means wavelength of the scattered radiation becomes equal to wavelength of the incident radiation, that we have seen already. Then we have seen the Stokes line and the anti-Stokes line. In the anti-Stokes lines, the lambda s will be the greater than lambda I. Lambda s will be the less than lambda I, and whereas in case of the Stokes line, lambda s will be greater than lambda I. Higher wavelength will be there. There is a reverse relation between the wavelength and the frequency. As the wavelength is higher, frequency will be the lesser. Then we have seen the difference already. First point of the definition, Stokes lines are nothing but a groups of line for which the wavelength of the scattered light greater than the wavelength of the incident light, and hence the frequency of the scattered radiation will be the less than that of the frequency of the incident radiation. Then we have seen exact opposite to that. For the anti-Stokes lines, there will be the lambda s will be less than lambda I, and nu s will be greater than lambda nu I. Then we have talked about the energy. In case of the Stokes, it will be the less than. In case of the anti-Stokes, it will be the more than. Then where that energy goes, in case of the Stokes line, energy has been transferred from the radiation to matter, and in case of the anti-Stokes line, energy has been transferred from matter to radiation. Here in the Stokes line, energy of the matter increases here, and in anti-Stokes, energy of the matter will decreases. Then from the Stokes line, Raman shift is positive, and for anti-Stokes line, that Raman shift is negative. That you have to see what is the shift. In the exam, one question for the 1 marks will be there. What is the Raman shift? And then solve the numerical Likewise, the 5 marks question will be there. Or sometimes they ask the terms. What is Raman shape, Rayleigh scattering, Stokes line? Likewise, from this particular Raman shape, you can identify these lines are the Stokes lines or say anti-Stokes lines. Because as we seen, the last point of difference is that for the Stokes line, Raman shift is positive, and for the anti-Stokes lines, Raman shift is negative. By knowing the value of the Raman shift, you can easily identify whether it is a Stokes lines or anti-Stokes lines. Definition of the Raman shift can be defined as the difference between the incident frequency and the scattered frequency of radiation. Very simple definition it is. That is the delta nu is equal to nu I minus nu s, or say delta nu bar is equal to nu I bar minus nu s bar. If they are given the frequency or wave number, you can use this formula. Then the Raman shift will be positive when nu I should be greater than nu s, or say nu I bar should be greater than nu s. Negative when nu s will be greater than nu I. For Stokes lines, delta will be the positive, and for the anti-Stokes line, delta nu will be the negative. Raman shift is equal to the energy difference between two energy state of the matter. That is delta E is equal to H delta V minus that delta E is equal to H delta nu is equal to SC delta nu bar. That Raman shift is equal to the energy difference between two energy states of matter. Delta E is equal to H delta nu or SC delta nu bar. According to the Planck's constant theory, delta E is equal to H nu. Same way, E is equal to H nu. According to that, delta E is equal to H delta nu. That concept is applied over this part. Getting that point? Very simple it is. What is a Raman shift? Sometime the definition will come in the exam. Raman shift is defined as difference between the incident frequency and scattered frequency of the radiation. That is delta nu is equal to nu I minus nu s, or delta nu bar is equal to nu I bar minus nu s bar. Please remember it well. Very simple definition it is. You have to remember that definition. It will be useful in the exam. Now what we have to see? Now we have to solve the numerical based on this part. Very simple it is. One numerical will be there. Okay, on this part. Please prepare it well. See, a diatomic molecule is excited with radiation of wavelength 425 nanometer. A Raman line appeared at 458 nanometer. Calculate the Raman shift and calculate the energy. Very simple numerical it is. We have seen both the things. We know the formula of both the thing. What is there? What they ask? Read the numerical very carefully. A diatomic molecule is excited with radiation of wavelength 425 nanometer. A Raman line appeared at 458 nanometer. Calculate the Raman shift and calculate the energy. Two things we have to calculate. See what is given. Incident wavelength is given. There is a 425 nanometer. Then they have given the lambda s, that is nothing but the 458 nanometer. Then they have given the wavelength. They are not provided the frequency, also wave number. Then we have to First of all, find out the wave number. Convert that nanometer into the meter. That is nothing but a 10 raised to minus 9 meter. And that's why you have to calculate the wave number. Wave number is nothing but the nu I bar and nu s bar. That is nothing but reciprocal of the wavelength. That's why nu I bar is equal to 1 upon lambda I. Then substitute for the lambda I, you will get the first parameter nu I bar. Then next what we will do, same way we can take the reciprocal of the scattered wavelength and you will get the nu s bar, means wave number for the scattered radiation. That is the nu s bar is equal to, that value you will get. See, for the nu I bar you can get 1 upon 425 into 10 raised to minus 9. That will give you the answer 2.35 into 10 raised to 6 per meter. Per meter, because that is already it was in the meter, and when you take the reciprocal of that, it will become the meter inverse. Then delta nu s bar will be the 1 upon 458 into 10 raised to minus 9. That will gives you the delta nu s bar become equal to 2.183 into 10 raised to 6 meter. Now you have to first of all calculate the Raman shift. The Raman shift is very easy. Delta nu bar is equal to nu I bar minus nu s bar. Put that values 2.35 into 10 raised to 6 minus 2.183 into 10 raised to 6. 10 raised to 6 will be the common. The answer will be the 0.17 into 10 raised to 6 per meter. Unit will be the per meter. Since Raman shift is positive, hence the line will be the Stokes line. Energy change for a molecule is nothing but delta E is equal to H delta nu bar, which is equal to Hc delta nu bar. You know the H, Planck's constant. Their value is the 6.626 into 10 raised to minus 27 into speed of light is nothing but 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. And we already calculated the Raman shift, that is a 0.17 into 10 raised to 6. When you multiply all these parameters, then you will get delta E is equal to 3.38 into 10 raised to minus 20 joule. What they asked, they were asked to calculate the Raman shift, and they were asked to calculate the energy change. It was a very simple numerical. Diatomic molecule is excited with the radiation of the wavelength 425 nanometer. That is the incident wavelength. A Raman line appeared at 458 nanometer. Raman line is nothing but the scattered line, and they asked to calculate the Raman shift and energy. I think so you got that. That was given, wavelength was given in the nanometer. First of all, convert it into the meter. Then second numerical we will see in the IR spectrum. That already we have seen. Please try to calculate the more number of numericals which are available in the question paper that I will provide you. First of all, you try to understand this part. What is given there? Identify the given things. It is very simple numerical. Sometimes they will give you the direct wave number also, and they will ask you to calculate the Raman shift and identify whether these lines are Stokes lines or anti-Stokes lines. That's why I mention here. They don't ask here to say the which lines it is, okay, which scattered radiation it is, but I already given here. Since the Raman shift is positive, hence line will be the Stokes lines. We have to practice the more numericals which are available in the question paper, because it is a very simple numerical. What was asked, just they will ask you to calculate the Raman shift. Please prepare this part well. Very simple topic it is, and marks giving topic it is. I think so you got it well. It is very simple spectroscopy. The questions are speaks. I had taken the limited part from this particular spectroscopy, which is very much important as exam point of view. What is a Raman scattering versus what is a relaxed scattering, what is a relaxed line, what is a Stokes line, what is anti-Stokes line, what is a Raman shift. These terms may come in the exam. Mind it well. You have to prepare these terms well. Then in the nature of the Raman spectrum, these all three definitions we have seen. You can write the definition on your own. Relaxed lines are, relaxed line is the line for which wavelength of scattered line becomes equal to wavelength of incident radiation, that we have seen already here. There will be the same line, you will get the same line of the same wavelength as the incident radiation. Very simple it is, don't become the panic. Prepare this part well. Simple terminologies are there, and that part comes 100% in the exam. Please prepare this part well. Numerical is also the very simple one. Difference I taken. Sometime the question will be like that. Define the terms and differentiate between the Stokes lines and anti-Stokes lines. 5 marks question will be like that. At that time 2 terms will be there and 3 marks difference will be there. 3 points are expected in the difference. You can write any 3 points from the difference point of view, and 2 terms will be there like the what is the Raman scattering, what is the relaxed scattering, what is the Raman shift, like this. And MCQ purpose of view, it is also very important. If the Raman shift is positive, then anti-Stokes line will be appeared. True or false? It will be the false. When the positive shift will be there, at that time Stokes lines will be appeared. And if the difference is negative, means the Raman shift is negative, at that time there will be the anti-Stokes line. Very simple spectroscopy it is. You have to practice and you have to write it again and again with the help of the pencil on the rough paper. Then you can easily remember all this concept. This one numerical we have solved. Same numericals will be there based on this. Just there will be the change in the value will be there. Instead of like this, here it is given in the nanometer, there may be directly in the meter, or say sometimes there it will in the angstrom unit also. You have to convert it into the meter, getting that point, and then you can take the ratio. If the wavelength is given, then first of all we have to calculate the sometime. Then you have to first of all take the wave number we have to calculate, that is nothing but a reciprocal of the wavelength. Then you can take the Raman shift, and from that Raman shift see that value is coming negative or positive, and from that you can predict your conclusion whether it is a Stokes line or anti-Stokes line. Sometimes they ask in the numerical whether identify it is a Stokes line or anti-Stokes line. From the Raman shift you can easily identify this. Then energy change you can easily calculate. We have seen the formula for that. And prepare this part well. If you have any problem, any query, you can freely ask on the Google Classroom or say Telegram group.